everyone, happy Monday, beginning of the week here, early start at the office for me. Today we're going to look at the covert narcissist and what happens when you block a covert narcissist. First of all, let's look at why people end up blocking the narcissist. Usually, as we know, that there is a lot of control and power games with a narcissist. Now, if you were forced to end the relationship with a, say, covert prior, and then you decide that you want to give it another go, remember that the covert narcissist does not forget this. Now, this can be true, of course, for any narcissist, but usually our peacocks are too busy out there with new supply, or they may not be as attached to one particular person. But with the covert narcissist, usually they do become attached to one person. For the covert narcissist, often their love interest is extremely important to them, meaning that that's often the most important person to them, but they're also drawing energy from that person because of their fragile egos, because often it's just a facade, they've got it together. And so when they become attached to a particular person, and that person may also be having second thoughts about the relationship, but anyway, it's ended. Now, as we know that the dynamics with a narcissist and an empath per se, it can be hard to cut ties because of all of the trauma bonding that's occurred. And in particular, if the covert has managed to somehow twist things and make the empath believe that it really is about them, that they were the ones who brought these misgivings to the relationship. They were the ones that brought the anxiety. They were the ones who would have reactory anger and everything else. And so then the empath often can start to feel guilty. Now, once you have slighted a covert, they don't forget this. And so if you do attempt to get back, and they often are quite happy to because they've still got strong feelings for you, but they're not going to forget. So now we start to engage in a power battle. And just say if they do decide that they do want to, get back together, at first they may show that yes, they do, and then they'll start to pull away. Then if they feel they're losing you, they'll come back. Now, if you're the empath and you believe that you did do something wrong to initiate that first breakup, you may be over-trying. Now, you're only going to over-try for so long, in particular if you're a strong person, then you're going to start to say, well, what's going on here? The worst thing about this is that covert's attached to your energy. Now, you don't know why, but you are feeling all of a sudden very trapped and controlled, even if you're not seeing the narcissist, the covert, but you're sensing in their texts, you know that they're playing you, you know they're controlling you. So often what will happen here is that the empath has had enough and she will just throw it away. And so for the empath, blocking that person is very, very important, but it's a way of getting away from this control because you can feel that the narcissist is playing you. So what now starts to occur is that the narcissist will sometimes receive a text or even a verbal message to say, you know what, I know who you are. What you've been doing to me is just not okay. You're not playing with me anymore. You're blocked. Now, when this occurs, the narcissist usually will become angry, not angry at themselves for what they did, angry at you because they see that what you did blocking them. How dare you? How dare you? Now, don't forget it's a mask that they're wearing. And if all of a sudden you've come along and said, I know who you are, what you're doing is wrong, well, now we've caused narcissistic collapse or rage, because all of a sudden the mask comes down. So they have to now start to recreate, build themselves up again. Now, of course, for them, it's all your fault, right? Because you've just delivered those home truths. So if you do decide to cut a narcissist out of your life, and if you do decide to block them, the best thing to do is to do it forever. Be really sure this is it. It's forever. Now, often Why do you change your mind is because you are doubting yourself. There's a really strong part, the adult part of you, let's call it the upstairs brain, that knows exactly who they are, knows exactly what they were doing. Now we go to the subconscious. Let's call that the downstairs part of our brain. The subconscious, the wounded inner child, that part of us that starts to feel, maybe, there really is a chance. Maybe they're not really a narcissist. So what we need to know is that narcissists don't see things the way that a neurotypical person will. And that is that it's not let bygones be bygones. Hey, we both stuffed up here. Let's give it another go. They'll start playing you. Now, if they know that you want a relationship, all of a sudden they can't give you that commitment. They're doing this because it's playing you. Your best bet is to jump out of that vibration. Get out of that timeline. You're going to have to start to do your inner work, but more importantly, see that you've become addicted. It goes to the exact same part of the brain that a chemical addiction does, that a gambling addiction does. It's exactly the same. So it's this wanting that reaction, a bit like being at the pokie machines. We keep hitting until we get a bing, and then we have to go back again. So knowing and understanding, you blocked the narcissist for the right reasons. But what you need to know is that, yes, they may hoover, they may come back, they may, but they also may not, and they could be waiting for you to come back. It's a game, and it's not the way we're meant to do things in life, let alone love. Now, a lot of people say don't block them, because if you block them, then they're going to know that they've upset you, and letting a narcissist know that they've upset you is what gives them supply. Leave it open. Don't share your feelings with them. That's a sad way that we've had to come to terms with trying to keep that stiff upper lip when someone has deliberately gone out to abuse us. Sadly, for many trauma survivors from childhood trauma, this has been something that, you had to stuff down. All that suppressed anger, suppressed emotions, suppressed feelings, not having your voice validated, not having your feelings validated is often what, sort of creates, again, this reenactment of trauma, attaching yourself to someone who has the same vibrational energy as your abuser from, the past, whether it's a past relationship, whether it's, from childhood. So we have to look at the trauma reenactments that we're doing, and also to really find that small inner voice of yours that still wants to believe that it is love. If someone decides that they want to get back with you, and then they start the push and pull thing, and then they start this dialoguing of, I'm not sure, and you know that you're being played and that they're keeping you trapped because you're there as an option, then just say to yourself, is this person the right person for me? All right, now, if you'd like me, I've got a copy, it's a PDF version of 15 signs that you're in a relationship with a narcissist, and you'd like a copy, then I've got where you can email me to get that from, and that's in the description below. That's all for now. Take lots of care, and thank you for helping me to spread the word that love does not hurt. Love does not hurt. Love we can negotiate. Love we can talk about things through. Love we need to grow from. If I can help you in any way, please reach out. Bye.